Well, the stories run wild and the laughs come free, with the duck and an eagle shooting the breeze. From paintball fields to campfire fun, you know the rowdy talk's just begun. Now kick up your feet and pour a glass, we're about to have a blast. We're the rowdy ones, we're the rowdy ones, the rowdy ones.
We're here. We're here. Well, welcome everybody. Very special night for us. We hit 500 followers, so we got 2 prizes in tonight's giveaway. I got the names in the hat, and we're going to be doing the giveaway tonight, and then we're going to be talking about Dover, what we're expecting of us, and yeah, we're really excited. Thank you for the people already joining. We appreciate you guys. We're excited you're here. Excited to have people sit in with us for a change, you know?
Yeah, it's a nice little treat right before the event. You know, tomorrow's a travel day for everyone and in game mode. So we're going to keep it short tonight, but I'm excited to be here.
Heck yeah, man. It's going to be great. So I guess, you know, how do we want to do this? Do we want to wait towards the end and do the giveaway?
Yeah, we'll do the giveaway at the end. So
right,
I guess we can just jump right into Dover. We got back from practice. We were out in NR Paintball again. Always great host to us there. Practice Ironman, New York Extreme, Leverage, a slew of semi-pro teams, including Nasty, Mastodon, Jesters. We had a great practice, a lot of different looks. I want to, first of all, thank Jason Trozen. I think he's done an excellent job so far this year designing field layouts. It's hard year after year, event after event, coming up with not only unique layout, but also fun to play and fun to watch layouts. So I thought he crushed it in the first event, and I think this event's layout's even better. It's aggressive.
Go ahead.
No. It's all you, baby.
No. I was going to say, it looked like it was really fun. And I was like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. So,
I am having an absolute blast on this field. You know, I like aggressive layouts where, you know, you get rewarded for making positions. And that's pretty much across the board on this field.
Yeah.
It's hard to shoot people off the break, but you can do it. You have to be a little creative in the ways you do it. Mm-hmm. You can see box to box, so you get to read the other team, see the way they set up, play tricks on them, have them play tricks on you. You know, it's little Princess Bride. Am I the kind of guy that would put the poison in his glass thinking that you would think that? Or am I the type of guy? But, you know, I've been slow dripping that Ibogaine forever, you know, so built on my immunity to those tricks. So I'll be set. No, but it's a fun field layout. And so I want to thank Jason Trozen for that. That with the addition of the 5-pod new rule, it's playing fast. You can have long points on it still, but the majority reward the aggressor. And I think that's, you know, the most entertaining and the most fun way to play paintball. It's why I got into paintball. It's why I still play paintball. It's a kid's game and it's fun to play. So why take that fun out of it? So I'll say, you know, going into this event, you know, our draw came out. We have a tough draw. I think the NXL came out today and, you know, made a statement or at least mentioned how they weren't aware that the AI draw that they did to try to mitigate rematches also happened to the prompt of the way it was written, whatever. AI kind of set it up so every tier pretty much was like the first team in every tier was in one bracket, the second team in every tier. So that makes the bracket tough, you know. But it's not just tough on us, it's tough on everyone. You look at a team like the Russian Legion, who just won the last event, played great. Well, now they have to go in and try to defend their title playing the best team out of every bracket that they could have by the numbers, right? You know, every event's different, every field layout's different. So that is what it is. But, you know, I'm looking forward to it as a test because I think we really let ourselves down in Tampa. And when you let yourself down, you also let, you know, your team owners, your family, your sponsors, your fans, everyone who supports you down as well. But we were a new team. We had a lot of rebuilding, and that is what it is. I always knew there'd be some ups and downs, The important thing is the chemistry is great. Everyone is singularly focused. We all are heading in the same direction, have the same ideas on how to get there, and
Yep.
we're just working on implementing it. And I think everyone took that first event to heart, and it hurt doing that bad, and knowing that individually we underperformed, and as a team we definitely underperformed. But we had flashes of, I don't want to say brilliance, but we had flashes of what we know we can be at that first event. So we just look to build upon that. In practice, every time we go out on the field, we know that you can't overlook an opponent, but you also can't ride highs, right? So you always,
Yeah.
every time you go on the field, you have to, look to gain ground, not lose any, right? Not stay
Yep.
complacent, keep taking those steps forward. And we did that. We talked about, where our shortcomings were from Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
how to fix those. And that's what we implemented all week. And, we're looking to be in your face, bash them, smash them kind of team, because that's the way we can be most effective. We run a smaller roster, so we don't have the depth that some teams do.
Yeah.
We have all the talent in the world and all the right pieces that I know that we can compete to win events. So how do we do that, right? Well,
Yeah.
my opinion is first you have to be unpredictable.
Yeah.
And then you have to make teams uncomfortable, right? And to make teams uncomfortable, you have to have them reacting to your decisions, not you reacting to their decisions. So that's the team we're trying to be now.
Yeah, I mean, you have to enforce your will. You have to go drag them to the grave and let them know who you are, right? Like, you have to make that happen. And I mean, when you do that, nowadays it's not like the top 5 teams. Oh, these are,
and ideally we're not even going to let them pick their own casket, right?
No.
They get
what do you mean? What do you mean? There ain't no casket. It's a hole. We're putting them in a hole. That's where I'm at. And and yeah, we're not giving courtesies out here. Like, this game isn't what it used to be, where top 5 teams walk on and be like, these are going to be the guys that are, it's everyone's any and everyone's Sunday. And I truly believe that. And what I'm excited, we've talked about it, the clicking, the moving, the grooving, that, I mean, yeah, you do have a core guys that have been on heat for a while, right? But to me, anytime you have an influx of, I mean, if you're doing 30% or more of a team, that's a whole new learning perspective that you have to do. It's a moment where everyone's got to click. It's where, and everyone's just got to find their groove. And that takes time. It's not built overnight. And it's like, the more that heat goes on, I do truly believe it's just going to get better.
Yeah.
And the reward is sweeter.
And you talk about, like, overturn of players, like 30% is a lot, but, I think you'd be amiss to not mention overturn of coaches and owners and stuff like that, because that's systems, right? So now you're not necessarily learning a new system, you're building a new system to be tailor fit to exactly what you need. And I can't thank Alan enough for providing us for everything and having the faith in us, but I also can't thank Chris enough for the job he's doing. It's clearly evident how much he cares, and his mind for this game and his love for this team is paramount, and it's awesome to see, and it's fun to play for a coach like that. So
100%.
I'm excited. I think a coach like that allows players to thrive if they are willing to take chances and believe in themselves and be confident. And that's exciting. And we've had teams like that on Heat before, but I think it was evident, in at least our last year or so, with our failures, I think we became a team that was more system, playing a slow system, right? And that's not good or bad. It's what it was, right?
Yeah.
So have the guys, even though that the guys were still on Heat, we're in a new system, doing that now. And then we have a half a new team and new coaches. But honestly feels like we've been together for 10 years. That's how much like fun I'm having with these guys. That's how much, respect
said
I
it right
have for
there.
them all. Yeah,
You said it right there. Fun.
yeah,
It's about having fun. When you
yeah,
stop having fun, it doesn't matter if you're at the pro level or you're a rec woods ball player. If you stop having fun, good things are going to come to an end.
yeah. And it's not just about that because it's fun, but like there's usually a learning curve for, awkwardness of first really getting to know people, right?
Yep.
Like what can you do around them? How much of yourself can you show? But like everyone has been so open and accommodating. That's why it feels like it's been 10 years. It's because we already have built such a close relationship that way that like,
Yeah.
you're getting to know people at an exponential curve.
Mhm.
And that's awesome because that
Yep.
transfers over to the field. You build like fun off the field, trust off the field. On the field, it follows. And we're learning each other's mannerisms more on the field.
Yeah.
We're a really good communicating team, but you can't take that for granted because you have to work on that every time you're out there, every moment that you're playing this game, thinking about the game. You got to work on that.
Yeah.
But no matter how good at communicating you are, until you learn the nuances and the micro nuances of like body language and not only that, but it's almost like reading the mind of the player next to you to know what they're wanting to do in a situation. So you're not
Yeah.
only thinking about the situation and what you're doing and how you would do it, but you have to think about the way their brain's breaking it down. And you're doing that with everyone on the field to try to put together this, right? And the more that you can innately know that, the faster you understand things, the faster you're helping the person next to you by doing exactly what they need before they even have to tell you.
Yeah.
And we're getting there. That's going to take time.
Well,
But on the way to getting there, there's so much else you can work on, and that's what we're doing now.
well, and we go back to the key thing. I don't know, even when I was a professional athlete and I was doing all this stuff, like if you're not having fun, you're never going to have a chance to win. It's just how it is, because it also relays back to a mindset. Second thing is, I truly believe I got to see it when everyone was sitting down there in the lobby of the hotel. Everyone's watching games on TV. We're having fun. We're causing a ruckus. The lady at the front desk was like, guys, I know y'all are good, but y'all just need to tone it down. But everyone was just having fun. So it was such a spark to get to see that, right? And it's a good feeling, especially someone that sits in the back. And I do a lot of watching, right? I do a lot of watching and not a lot of saying. But it's like, this is right. Like, this is good. Y'all all had faith in each other. You trust each other, which is huge, right? Like, but then whenever we go into the mode of how are we going to execute everything together, I think, that is what takes the most time. You've already got fun and you already got faith in each other. That's huge, because if everyone's not buying in, you're not going to win.
Yeah. And that's what I loved about this practice,
Yeah.
It's when we're winning points, when we see or think that we can win them faster or do something better, that's happening instantly, right? No one's being like, oh, I did this, no one's being defensive. Everyone's being positive and taking that input and giving input, right? Because the input can't come from one person. It has to be a collective. You have to know what everyone's thinking and everyone buying in. And so it's like, we're hypercritical on ourselves at all times, at every point, because we know that come tournament time, you get 4 15-minute chunks of time to prove yourself, right? Like now that's an hour combined time to make Sunday. You figure in the 3 days of practice, we probably played for 24, 23 hours, something like that. We'll play a fraction of the points we played, a fraction of the sweat that we sang once you get to the tournament. So what does that mean? It means you have no time to make mistakes. And when you do make mistakes, You have to bounce back from them quick. You have to have a short-term memory. You have to put yourself in the deep water in those practices, not just physically, but I mean mentally too. Put yourself in the situations at all times, not just play the points, but play matches within that, right? Play situations within that, because really tournaments come down to one or two situations that give a team momentum, and that momentum carries through Sunday. There's so much talent in this league now that I could realistically say 8, 9 teams have a chance to win every event. A lot of years that's 3 or 4, right? And that's saying like ones that you're like would not be surprised that they won. And then you go, I'd be surprised but happy for these teams and not that surprised. Now you're adding another 4, Yeah. And that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And right now, I'm sure people don't put, have a ton of fear playing us, and they shouldn't, because of what we put out, on tape in Tampa. But our job's to change that. Our job's not to like be happy because we get a win, or even win an event or do whatever. Our job's to put the fear of God into everyone we play's faces, right? And you do that, you're gonna have more chances to win than you'll have to lose. And I truly believe that. So now I look at the situation we're dealt for Dover, that draw, and I say like, all the top teams in that bracket, that gives us a chance to now send home a team that shouldn't go home, right?
Yeah.
That gives us a chance to do that and climb back into not only a chance to win this event, but like our goals are to win events, to win series, to win all that. And, we cut ourselves so short. Now you almost have to be able to knock out the teams that are above you to do that. And that's what this bracket gives us. So our first games against, go ahead.
No,
I'll say it after. I'll say it after. You know me, I can go on diatribes about that.
Oh, I know, brother. But what I like, and I'm going to relate this to some past life, whether it's a firefight, whether it's a boxing match, whether it's you got into some crappy altercation in the streets, your job is not done. And it's not over until it's your last breath. And until then, you don't have quit. And the people that are the underdogs, the people that are like, we're not really worried about them. My dad gave me some crazy awesome advice, and I take this to the grave. My dad told me, he goes, the man to fear in life is the man that has nothing to lose, because they're going to come out swinging the hardest. And I know the fire in y'all as a new team, not making Sunday, losing matches to where we lost them. But then you have that in you where you're like, we came out and swung on Dynasty. Why can't we do it everywhere else? But then you're instilling the good and fueling with the not so good. But then when that clashes together and then everybody's clicking, dude, it's going to be an amazing thing to watch. I am excited for our bracket because there's fire and there's fuel. And guess what those two things create? An even bigger fire. And guess what's going to come? We're going to come and heat them up. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a journey, but it's really going to test everybody to the core. And we're going to see who everybody is at this event. I truly believe that. And I'm excited. At first I was like, geez, this bracket. And then I'm like, no, this is good. I was like, this is good. Because there's no other choice to come out swinging. Give it the gas. One foot on their necks, 1 foot on the gas, baby. And that's it. You leave it all out there. The hour of playtime that you're guaranteed, you're leaving it on the field.
Every second of it,
Every millisecond of it.
Of course.
I mean, it's gonna be turn and burn.
Yeah.
As my dad would say, I'll let you continue on this.
Yeah.
He goes, line up or stack up. I don't care how you come at me, but you better start coming.
I love it. I love that. Gotta get your dad on here sometime,
Dude, I would love to.
I
Oh
gotta
my
see
God.
what kind of dude made you.
The most amazing man in the world.
Oh, I know.
I
But
would- Go ahead.
anyway, you know, X Factor's our first game. It's one of, I think, the only 2 repeat matches from Tampa across the board.
Yep.
Really excited about that.
Oh yeah.
I have all the
Ground
respect in the
pound.
world for those dudes. I have all the respect in the world for them.
Oh, for sure. But let's see
They're a
how you
great
play.
team. But I think I don't think our score in Tampa was indicative of the skill sets, but I do think that set both of our tournaments trajectories off in different ways, right? So we're a new team playing in the stadium, which is one of the greatest experiences in a paintball career, I think.
100%.
Can't wait till we're playing inside of full ones. It'll hit a little different still.
Hit hard.
But the stadium game was different than all the other games,
Yeah, you have a cheat code on the.
which is fine. I grew up
It's fine.
playing GoldenEye. I could screen people with the best of them. I knew where to put the proximity mines and do everything I needed to do. That's fine. But I do think that benefits a team that plays. They have a couple people that attack relentlessly with billies and likes.
Yeah.
But they play a more controlled game, waiting for the team they're playing to make a mistake and work off of that. So I think that information like that, probably helps them more than a team that's pushing. If you look at that game, I rewatch all our games. Well, really mostly our losses. I rewatch when we have like win events, because that's just just so you can feel that feeling and remember and always know what you're fighting for and what you want. But I always rewatch losses and see why they happened, where they broke down, because there's so many nuances to that. And, I saw a lot of points that we lost that, are 50-50 points. I saw points that we should have won. But what I saw consistently was us out-positioning them and outpacing them, right?
Yeah.
How does that game play out if that's on a normal Friday afternoon outside the stadium? I don't know. They could have still had the same score. But I do know that game was within our grasp, right? And now, first game of the event for both our teams, just like first game in Tampa, we have a chance to redeem ourselves, right? That's the one thing I didn't like the NXL did. They're trying to write out as many repeat matchups as possible, worried about things getting stagnant, I think, when a team has to play someone 3 times in the prelims a year. But I think that's the wrong move. And, I appreciate everything they do. And I know they're doing things because they think it's for the better. But a move like that, I think, is dumb, to be quite honest, because what repeat matches do is create rivalries out of places that would never have rivalries. If you only are playing a team once, twice a year, you'll have some rivalries with the top teams when they finally get to play each other and do that. But when you have those repeat matches, it's just like divisions in sports. But these are out of luck, in a sense, right? If you don't want to do it top to bottom on rankings, it's out of luck. So now we're getting these gifts of rivalries, gifts of repeat matchups. And a lower ranked team might be like, oh, I had to play this team 4 times. That's not fair. I had to play Fit 4 times and they won 3 of the events. Well, if you wouldn't have played Fit, maybe you would have played Russians or Impact or any of the other top teams. And if you're a 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th team, the same result would have happened. Let's be real. Especially if I'm not saying it couldn't have changed, but if you're complaining about the matchups is what causes it, well, to you, I'm speaking, the same result would have happened. So it's dumb to take that away, because I honestly believe rivalries are important. They're one of the best things in sports. And how do we create them in paintball? Before, when I started playing, the rivalries were, region based. That's because the
East Coast, West Coast, baby.
Well, not just that, Midwest, the East, West.
Yeah.
The players were that way. The players didn't move around as much. And a lot of people to loyalty, but a lot of it too is just because a lot of us have had much longer careers, right? So if you play for 20 some years, teams come, teams go, things change. You have now played with all these people that, like the rivalries in the early 2000s and late 90s, that those were rivalries because you hated them. You only played against them. We've all played in all-star games with each other. We've traveled the world with each other. We've also played on teams with each other because I don't know anyone who's been on one team for 23 straight years, right?
Mm.
That's the reality of it. So
Yeah.
how do you create rivalries? You do it by matchups. You do it by hate on the field, the
Yeah.
hate of losing, the
Well,
hate of getting disrespected, the
it's
hate of hurt and or embarrassed. That's how you create them. And if you can do that multiple times, right, you have the chance of seeing things swing back and forth, momentum swing, emotion swing. You have the buildup of drama across the season. And I'm not saying force that, like we shouldn't have divisions like that, but don't take away the luck and the gift of it.
yeah, 100%. And rivalries are what create amazing fan bases. Like you may not even be a Texas fan, but you sure as hell don't like Oklahoma in college football. So you're like, oh, I'm rooting for Texas. It's that kind of, people want the goods. Give them the goods. And so it's like it's one of those deals where we
need the heroes, the villains, you need it all. And
some
you
people
don't
love the
create
villains,
that.
some want the hero. Like you need that in sports to create that excitement and
you need
the
it to be
fans
real.
yearning.
You need it to be real and
But the players need to feel it too, because that's the connection between a fan base and player base. And that's what the beautiful thing about it is. I do want to ask this. I think it's a great question. O2 Nat, shout out. She's in here commenting. She did ask, and I want to ask you because you have a very intelligent opinion, Ryan. She asked, do you think I do? You're creative, smart individual. I think this, so piss off, Ryan. So O2 Nat says, do you think split decks harms a lot of those stories from being shown? I know it allows a break in between for the players, but does it?
I'm going to answer that in a few ways because, I've thought about it a lot. Like my personal opinion, like what way would I like to play paintball the most? No, I'd like it to be not split deck, and I'd like shorter time between breaks because I want to, I want people on the edge of exhaustion. I want people to have to be true athletes and have to, be questioning their own mind when they step out on the field deep into games.
Yeah.
That's a personal opinion. That's the way I played for a long time. But with that said, I don't think that split deck's what hurts, those stories, those rivalries. I think the way we choose to televise it, right?
Yeah.
The split deck's done for a reason, right? It's we're a traveling circus that needs to fit in a certain amount of time. If you want to have X amount of pro teams playing X amount of games on one field and have it broadcasted, you have to make some concessions. So my personal opinion is it's fine to have split deck, but what takes it away is going from split deck right into the next game. It breaks up the stories. It breaks up the games. It doesn't allow you to break down the points. You have the announcers who do a great job considering they're up there for, 12 hours a day telling stories and losing their voices. But they'll be getting into like the meat of something, the chunk of something really interesting. And then the horn goes off and then that gets forgotten about and it's off in the ether, right? And that hurts me. So, my simple solution that I've been, asking for and being a huge proponent of is leave that. Only Go Sports Live one game out of the set, right? Yeah. You pick the one with the most viewership, the biggest fan bases, the best matchups. You guarantee maybe every pro team, one of their games will be a featured game. It's a little more money, but ideally you would have a second broadcast team, right? Yeah. And the team in the game that wasn't on Go Sports Live, you feed it right to YouTube with different broadcasters, right? So a different broadcast team.
That'd be great.
The other game that is behind the paywall to make some of that money back, the bigger game, or whichever way you want to do that, has their own set of broadcasters. Now the broadcasters are only, truly announcing for half the time in the hour.
Yeah.
The other half the time, they're breaking down the point before, showing slow-mo replays, giving that
Oh,
finished, polished look that can happen now.
yeah.
Then you're doing it. And the pushback I've always gotten, whether it be from Tom Cole or whatnot, is, well, what happens, when you go and, there's an 8-minute point the next point, right? And you're waiting and you're talking about it. I think that's easy. What happens in football when there's a timeout and then a TV break and then a play and then they kick a field goal or a change of possession or the end of a quarter? Sometimes there's 3 commercial breaks in a row, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have an easier solution because our games don't have huge TV contracts behind them. It's not like, oh, this game's only on NBC, I can't show that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we do. You're 3 minutes in, you've already shown all the replays. It looks like that point's going a long time. You go, hey, we're going to live broadcast into this other game that's happening. And you do that. And you give people a little taste of the other game. And then when that ends, we're back on, right? Now it's a complete, and we're really digressing because this wasn't, but I love the question. I love the question.
It was a great question. That's why I had to ask.
And it's just the way I've always, no, you can ask any of these questions. I love it. I like being able to interact. We don't do live shows like this much, but we will start doing them before every event. We're going to do this. So this will be our week of the event, new style. So tell us if you love that, hate that, whatever, but we're going to do it.
We're going to do it regardless, but tell us what you think.
I still like knowing.
Oh, I do too. I love feedback.
Yeah. But I do think that would give like the best of both worlds, right? We can fit in the
100%.
schedule. We can tell the stories. We have a more polished, sellable product.
100%. And,
that's a simple solution too, no?
It really is.
And if you did that with one more thing, right? Quit charging people for stands. We need way more big stands, not just the VIP. If the VIP is going to be as big as it is, it should be A-frame style, not tent style, so that when you pan over to it, you can see people excited and watching
inside of it.
Yes.
You can't see inside the grandstands, and it's always full.
But the grandstand should be full, right? So quit charging for them. If you have to make up that money, no one's going to like me saying this, but charge for parking instead. If that equals out, that's great. Because
$5.
What event doesn't charge a little bit for parking, right? And everyone complains when they have to pay for parking, but that gets forgotten about once you get to enjoy everything that you should be enjoying in an event. Now, with that, the league should give a little back, right? How should they do that? Well, all the sponsors that already pay to be there and give sponsorship prizes to be there, well, set them dedicated time frames for these games where they have to give out X amount of stuff, t-shirts, hats, things in the stands. So now you're building interaction in the stands. You're having a reason for people to go over there. You have food and beer vendors in there. Maybe that makes, if you have busy grandstands that are big enough and you're selling food and beer in there and snacks and giving away things, and it's a lively, active place to be.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't even have to pay for parking because maybe that makes up for it. But you can hedge your bets at first. And now you're giving all your customers a better product because now everyone gets to enjoy
100%.
the show, right? Because this isn't a local event. This isn't a regional event.
No.
This is the world stage to show off everything. So when someone has to go behind a paywall to watch us, and then people aren't even watching us live all the time, I think that's a big missing point that we're doing right now. So I think those two things together can make the live experience better and the non-live experience better.
You need, here's the biggest thing. When something crazy happens in football, they automatically go, after it's all done and over with, they go into this slow-mo replay, breaking it down. People eat that up and they want it. They want to see it. It's a super professional because now the audience is like, oh, what was that penalty on? Oh, and they're like, oh, breakdown right there. And we sometimes get that, but like it needs to be a more common thing because you look at baseball, soccer, you look at football, lacrosse, like rugby, like everything gets broken down into this very, I hate saying it because of the wording, but it's dumbed down to where even if you don't know all the rules, like you still understand it when they're done talking about it. And I think it makes for great showmanship, right? Like it's very professional. And that's what we're lacking in. Also, to chime into your point, we need to be
They do
able
a pretty great job being professional.
They do. No, no, no. I'm saying
nitpicking. I know I'm nitpicking. It needs to be said.
that's fine. I think Maddie and Todd have been doing a fantastic job, really crushing it. They're trying to make the stories happen. They're doing all these things. But I think as far as the production end, like
Well,
I would
also,
like
before you get too far, like I agree with you that they are. But I also thought Mike Jeffries did a good job, but in a lot
Yeah.
of ways, him and Maddie did the same job. So there's half of your other two people crew that you need to do the idea.
Yeah.
You know, get a
For
color
sure.
combinator man to go with him, and now you have two crews that can do that.
Yeah. Nat said she 1,000% agrees. Penalty communication in a whole another story, but we'll save that for another day. Ref
But I
to
agree.
booth,
I agree
ref-
for sure that
yeah.
needs to happen.
Ref
pretty
to
much
booth
up.
is a bit rough and sometimes guessing. No, if you had like your head ref mic'd up and like when the penalty was called and the ref gets to say, hey, this happened on player blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
I'm
player
gonna say player 57 on impact.
Little
Yeah,
head.
George, you listening? But you know, if you had that, that makes it more gripping. You're like, you're invested. You're getting involved more into the small game of a large game. And I just think it makes it awesome. And those are the little things that I think make I think it makes people invest into it. Here's the other deal. Someone that's seen a major side of marketing in a professional sport and then a bunch of other stuff. You know, when you're trying to get an outside crowd, a lot of wakeboard events used to say, hey, come to the event, throw you a free beer, come hang out. And they come in, and when you come in and park, they would give like a voucher and you get a free beer voucher. And then it's like, people are like, oh, hell yeah, free beer and go watch something I've never seen before. Like you're enticing them. What do you lose?
We don't have
$3.
a problem with people wanting to do it. We have a problem with schedules and different price structures. Like the VIP is always packed and paid for and done.
Yeah.
It's just the bleachers don't get used as much and then they get smaller. So, still create that VIP experience and charge a premium for it. But we need, way more bleachers surrounding the field that are free, that have access, that have interactions, so that all the people that want to watch get incentivized to do so.
100%. Well, Moorhead.
And if there's more space too, like now, you don't have to try to charge the pro players to be there. The same very people that the league is, charging for you to watch, they're keeping out from watching. So if you have big enough areas, those players will be there scouting and watching. And then you have instant access to, hang out, rub elbows and talk and ask your questions and just be there and hear and listen and experience what like the top of the sport is doing and what other place gives players those opportunities. So I think that's been taken away too.
100%. Moorhead, we've crushed it past the time. I think we've done a fantastic job. We got to talk about what we were expecting. Natalie has led us. I'm excited. Someone else has led us onto one of our great tangents because I will tell you, Nat, we could go on for hours. Mr. Wildman here, he's got to get packed. He's got his kiddo and all that jazz. I'm going to time crunch us. Let's get the drawing rolled up. What do you say?
That. I like that. Shake that hat up good. I don't want you cheating.
You got it, big dog. You got it. So I want to show everyone. So we got our Hormesis headband. Oh, let's see. Yeah. There you go. Get you a little, you can see the design a little bit. Mr. Moorhead, it's off screen on y'all, but on his left shoulder, he's got.
You got one right in your hands. Pick it up.
Huh?
I said you got one in your hands, don't you?
No.
You don't have it here? Okay, I'll go grab it.
I got my no weak shit on. By the way, Ryan, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting it. Shout out to Cody Alford. If you've never checked out Defy the Norm, he's a brother to me. He's a friend. Love him to death. Defy the Norm creates amazing stuff. If you don't know who Cody Alford is, we're hopefully going to have him on soon. Fingers crossed in May. Defy the Norm. He's all about improving people on a day-to-day basis and wants to just get the best out of everyone. Ryan, I expect this real quick. I expect this on this shirt. You can't see it because you're holding the jersey up. No weak shit this week. All right.
Oh, I love that.
No weak shit.
You know it. Never.
Defy the Norm, baby. Let's go.
So here's my personal jersey. These have JT logos, obviously, because I'm a JT sponsor player. But the one you'll be winning will be Defy branded.
100%. Shout out to Mr. Chad Yaya Boucher and Mr. Todd Martinez for building us these absolutely dope, amazing jerseys. They've really helped us out. They've been a striking force, I would say. They're always encouraging us. They're really about who we are and what we're doing and what we're trying to do. And they've just been really supportive.
Got something on your nose.
Where?
A little brown spot there.
Get fucked, nerd. No, I will say, yeah, was episode 3 and Defy. What I love and appreciate, Defy, our last episode showed nothing but love. And has always just commented and called me, texted me saying, dude, you're crushing it. Give me a big hug. Like that means
he's the best. He's the best.
That means
I love him. I love him since the first day at night I met him. So.
I mean, it means the world to me. Because Yaya's not gonna bullshit you. Yaya's gonna tell you straight up. He's like, dude, you suck. Like he'll do that. I've seen it. Like it's Yaya. So I appreciate it. So I just wanted to give a shout out. That's
I appreciate it too. I always like to give you shit.
I was like, what? I don't have shit on my
I know,
notes.
I couldn't have worked out any better.
All right. Enough being said. Let's get it on. Who wants
Put that in there. See, look.
I put it back in.
Shut your eyes before you pull.
Dude.
Shut them tight. Don't be cheating. Grab it. Not that one. The next one. Perfect.
Is it good enough?
I don't know.
Is it good enough?
I don't care. I was just messing with you again.
Can I get a break once in my life?
No weak shit.
Fair enough. Big dog.
I can't see. Oh, no way. That's awesome. Now I want to see you pull out a couple others. Make sure you didn't cheat,
So, the one I pulled out, now two's like...
Congratulations. No one deserves it more than you.
Oh my God!
Been with us since the beginning. That's crazy, though.
That makes my heart warm. Shout out O2. O2 Nat. So contact the Rowdy Ones Discord. We're gonna square you away. Do you want me to what am I supposed to? You want me to pull more names?
No, she won. I just want to see. I want to make sure. Let's see the next one. I just want to make sure you weren't cheating. Yeah, open one.
They weren't open. They're all flat.
Okay, let's see it. Who's that one? Who would have won if 02 Nat did?
Holy shit. He's going to be pissed.
Yeah, I mean.
Junebug. So, Junebug. I don't even know if he's chimed in. Let's see what happens on the next one.
Nah, okay. I trust you now. Yeah, I trust you now.
I was going to say, I'm like, dude, they're all flat.
No, I was just kidding. I was kidding.
Squared away.
I made you shut your eyes. I know.
What does it say? Show. I'm excited. I'll make sure to gloat, James.
Love that. Love that.
Oh, Nat. Shout out. So I got your Hormesis headband here. Contact the Rowdy Ones on Instagram,
Whatever.
Discord. You've been a day one ride or die, so I couldn't be more excited for you. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone who entered. We greatly appreciate everybody helping us out, getting us to where we are. Everyone that likes, follows, comments, you have just been such an amazing force for us. And every time we hit little milestones, big milestones, whatever it is, comments, like people just connecting with us, it really does mean the world to us. And I couldn't be more thankful for you because I didn't want to speak on your behalf. I was going to let you say your piece.
I added it in. That's all.
All right.
By
the way, I don't know if anyone's noticed before we wrap this up. Who notices something different about Wild Man?
I cut my hair, I should have donated to you. I donated it to Locks of Love. I got 11 inches cut off, but it would have filled you in just nice.
Dude, I could have had a toupee. I could have made it look like Lord Farquaad, from Shrek. I could have got it all done up, looking good.
Tell you what, it feels light. I always talk about shaving off because I always forgot about the hair. Now I'm lighter, leaner, ready for
Dude, when I cut half my beard off, it's crazy how much difference I know. Like it's crazy. You don't think a hair as weighing that much.
Hey, took the restrictor plate off the Red Dragon. It's not exactly street legal, but
just peeled it off, maybe. With that being said, guys, we have went way over than we meant to be tonight. With that being said, thank y'all so much. Congrats to Nat. We appreciate everybody. We will keep doing more giveaways as we go along. We're probably going to start some merch real soon. So, so everybody will get a little piece of the Rowdy Ones if you'd like.
But if you do enjoy it, please, share the word because we'd love to have more. If you enjoy our content, we'd love to have more people listening in, adding in, their advice on what they want to hear. And, we just want to make something that to give back to the sport that's given so much to us, or to me at least. It's given
a ton to me too. So, so share it with people, and because we're really excited, we're going to start bringing on legends and doing a bunch of. No. I know we have, but I'm talking about like old school OG legends, like people that really cut the teeth for what we have now.
Like I said, I think that's been something we've always done, is brought in a nice depth of people from different statuses, and it's because it is about the story and the stories that you can share with each other. It's not about any one thing, because I think everyone has a unique story to tell. So whatever. I don't think we have obviously some guests planned out, but I don't think that matters as much as just having the ability to sit down and have real conversations with each other and with people that maybe people don't know that well, and then can get a chance to learn, to love, to hate, who cares? But you get to know someone and get to know how to feel about them.
Well, on this place, we have learned we get to really open up to the true side of who people are behind the scenes, behind the curtains. And
it makes yourself think and express who you are too, because
it does.
Sometimes you keep that internalized more than you should.
100%. And
I do real you, not the you.
Fair enough. With that being said, everybody, we hope you enjoy the outro, and we will catch you in the next one.
Well, the whiskey's low and the story's all done, but we sure had ourselves some fun. From tall tales told to the last good pun, you've been rolling with the rowdy ones. Thanks for listening, y'all.